Who is this guy? I imagine that's the question running through many of your minds right now. Because you see this random kid close to your age standing on the stage has been invited to impart wisdom, but you're perhaps wondering about my credentials and most probably, how long is this guy going to speak, man? We need to get to the awards. Well, esteemed faculty, distinguished executive board members, organizing team of the Archon Club and participants of the ICFAI Business School Model UN, it is truly an honor to stand before this August gathering for this award ceremony of ITS month. I have thought of many ways to introduce myself over the years, but there is one introduction which resonates the most with me. It's not the decorated introduction which has been given about me just now. I rather like to introduce myself as I am a failure. Yes, that's right. My story isn't one of constant flawless successes. Rather, I am a proud graduate of the University of Failure. I stand before you not as a guru or who has, it all figured out, but as a fellow traveler in this journey of life who has stumbled, who has learned, and hopefully grown along the way. Because you see, success stories are inspiring indeed, but they omit the brutal reality that most of us live in. Take this conference for instance. In your committee of 15 to 20 people, nearly 50% of you are going to fail today. And I am here to tell you that failure isn't just a possibility, it's probably the most probable outcome for most of you, but that's perfectly okay. My life, my story stands as a living testimony to this concept of failure, because I remember back in school I had applied for the student council in my 2nd and 5th grade. I failed to even get into the final round. In my first MUN, tried to raise 8 moderated caucuses. Nothing passed and I ended up crying. I practiced keyboard for around 8 years. I could never make it to the school's music team. I played football dedicatedly for 5 to 6 years. Yet my team in the intra-house cup ended up losing because I was the goalkeeper who let the goal fly in at the last minute. And as I grew up, so did my failures. Because I thought, let's become a writer. I tried to write a novel. Even my best friend could not finish reading. I thought, why not start a YouTube channel? I didn't get even 100 subscribers. I scored less than 90% in my 12th boards. I couldn't crack my entrance exam and go to my dream college. I changed my entire choice of degree from law to business at the last minute. Finally, when my parents thought, chalo, business degree to soch samajh ke liya hoga isne, I founded a startup which closed within 3 years of operations due to no money being generated. Forget all this past take today. I was tasked today to come and inspire all of you within 5 minutes. I'm pretty sure I'm already past that deadline and failing in meeting it. But you must be thinking again, who is this guy? Why is he subjecting me to this torture of a long speech? Why these stories of failures? Well, my friends, I'm doing this because I believe that our society has an unhealthy obsession with success, man. We are bombarded with these images of crazy individuals living perfect lives, achieving impossible stuff. We are told to strive for perfection, to become the best delegate, to avoid all the mistakes in the mark sheet, to climb the ladder of success at all the costs. But what happens when you inevitably stumble, when you fall flat on your faces? We will beat ourselves up internally, we will question our abilities, and we will let fear paralyze us. That's the first F of failure. What is it?
Fear.
Fear. Now that society has taught us to fear failure, we will fight tooth and nail to avoid it, wasting large amounts of our energy to control the uncontrollable. For example, probably some delegates are going to come after this award ceremony, fight with the executive board. How did I lose? Right? So what is that is the second F of failure. What is it?
Fight.
Fight. And When has fighting really helped? Because failure will inevitably strike you again. And you will end up fixating on your mistakes, replaying them endlessly in your minds, and you will allow that to define you. That is the third F of failure. What is it? Fixate. So fear, fight, fixate. What if I told you these three very depressing Fs can be replaced with three new Fs? These are fantastic antidotes to the poison of failure. Because my friends, I believe that our relationship with failure needs a radical re-evaluation, a radical revamp. We need to embrace it. We need to learn from it, as ma'am was saying earlier. We need to even celebrate it. That is where our first F lies. That is where our first F lies, which is fun. What is it? Fun. You don't sound like you are having fun when you're saying the word fun. What is the first word? Fun. Instead of fearing mistakes, I say make new ones. Have fun experimenting. Although I couldn't become a council member in my middle school, I didn't let that fear paralyze me. I had fun while making those mistakes, and I went on to become the two-time head prefect in both my 10th and 12th grade. Since the time I failed in my first month, I had fun in it, even though I cried. At the end of the day, I had fun in it. I have gone to 157 conferences more, winning 30 best delegates, chairing 70 conferences across the globe. But I never stuck to one committee. I experimented in 36 types of committees. Yes, there are that many committees out there. So have fun in experimenting if you're doing future conferences. Learn from your mistakes. Because that is where our second F comes in, which is fine. What is the second F? Fine. If I had kept fighting with my music sir that, sir, why am I not the keyboard player for the school team? I would never have realized my love for guitar. Forget 100 subscribers on YouTube, I would never have gotten the following of 2,800 people on Instagram which love my music today. Had I tried to fight and control the factor, why am I not in the football team? I would not have become a part of the Fortress, a private football club which went on to win the Hyderabad Football League. So the second F helped me. Because I accepted that it's perfectly fine to fail. That setbacks are a normal part of your learning process, that this acceptance leads us to the third and final F, fine. What is the third F? Failure is the basic foundation for discovery and innovation. Remember Thomas Alva Edison? How many people know about it? Oh, I already heard. I guess somebody is missing. Indian committees out here. Voice votes. So Thomas Edison, he had failed famously thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. And when asked about his numerous unsuccessful attempts, he said, I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways of not making a light bulb. The third F, found. Or how many people are book readers here? How many know about J.K. Rowling? Potterheads. Oh, what a number. IBS can consider doing a Ministry of Magic committee next year, probably. Yes. So, how about the story of J.K. Rowling? You know, she wrote the manuscript of Harry Potter, which was rejected by 12 different publishers before finally finding a home. Yet again, the third F. So, failure helps you understand where it is that you're lacking and where it is that you need improvement. Because my friend, if I had fixated on my failures of not cracking my entrance exam, not going to my dream college, I wouldn't have found my love for teaching, and I would not have found my way here to the podium of ICFAI Business School. I would not have found my best friends, which I shall cherish for a lifetime in my college. If I had fixated on the failures of my startup, I could not have understood why it failed in the first place, because the issue was we were trying to commercialize model UNs. Whereas the society needs the exact opposite right now, access to free and quality education, SDG 4. And I'm proud that I'm stating it in this monumental conference, which is free in registration for all participants, that I am the founder of Mantra Initiative to make conferences more accessible, more affordable and academic, to combat that privilege which ma'am was also talking about earlier. We believe that we need to fix this seventh F. Yes, there was a seventh F. Tala for a reason. IPL is coming soon. You know it. So the seventh F is fix. Fix the very foundation of failure with these three antidotes I have told you about today. Fun, find, find. So come on, help me fix the very foundation of ambience through the Mantra initiative by joining our community where you shall have fun with others in making new mistakes, be comfortable and fine in making them, and most importantly, you will be able to find your best self. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is an essential ingredient in its recipe. It's the first stepping stone, or to say the first step in the ladder of success. So for all 50% of you who are failing today, you're already in your first step for success. And that brings me back to the original question, who is this guy? Don't remember me as the founder of Mantra Initiative. I am someone who has stumbled, I am someone who has fallen and gotten back up more times than I count. I am someone who has learned that failure isn't a destination but a detour on the path to discovery. So as you leave this hall, don't let anyone else define you. Don't let their doubts become your own. Never let the fear of failure hold you back from pursuing your passions, from chasing your dreams, or from becoming the best versions of yourselves. Instead of asking, who is this guy? Ask yourself, who am I? And then go out there and create that person one failure at a time. Because when I even ask myself this question, who am I? My answer till date shall remain the same. I am a failure. Thank you.